Shalom. Shalom.
That's how you check to see if it's on. How you know that?
What, to see if it's on?
Yeah.
Oh, I just went on my YouTube to make sure it was live, and then I just shared some. Do a sound check. All right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We want to begin the camp lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Back here with another camp lesson. Had been having inclement weather all day, so we weren't able to get out on the highways and byways, but it's still important that we do the work of the Lord. So just gonna come to y'all with a camp lesson like we always do. Go through some of the news events that's been happening throughout the week, bring up some precepts through the spirit as best we can, and Lord willing to be edifying to you all out there that's listening and watching. So with that thing I have on my list for news that's happened this week was that Hezbollah sent 350 rockets over to Israel, and more recently, like towards the end of this week, the Israelis and the Hezbollah came to like a ceasefire, which only lasted like a couple days, until the Israelis basically
fired over to southern Lebanon.
Yeah, exactly. They ended up striking the Hezbollah again. So we've seen somewhat of this war has been kind of up and down. Like you have stuff like this where they call it ceasefires, but then they're going right back and still shooting rockets over there. So it's like,
yeah, you gotta look at it like them Israelis and them Americans, along with NATO, the Western hegemony. They got so many things going on that you see they say they got a ceasefire only with Hezbollah in Lebanon. Right? They still fighting the Palestinians and Hamas in Gaza.
And the Iranians.
Yeah, and they say they only reason why they did a ceasefire with Hezbollah so they could prepare for Iran. And Iran, like, y'all really don't want no smoke. Because the numbers don't even add up. I think it's like 50-something, over 50 million Iranians, and there's only 10 or 11 million Israelis, and they ain't the toughest.
Right, they've been getting beat on the ground.
Yeah, they've been getting beat on the ground.
And on top of that, like you said, Iran really hasn't even gotten involved in this war, really. It's mainly been the Hezbollah that's been fighting for them and whatnot. Iran really hasn't like shown their true military strength or power yet. They kind of holding back and letting, you know what I'm saying, those other guys do their own thing, the other Arabs do their own thing.
Like proxy war, like how America good at Babylon the Great. Because right now they got when it came out was that since they did the little ceasefire with Hezbollah, they given the rest of their military time to restock, and they also trying to cut off the supply line of the weapons that Hezbollah been getting from Iran by going over there and trying to fuck up the distribution route that's coming through Syria. So right now, you got armed terrorists over there fighting in the Aleppo region in Syria. And we all know that them terrorists being funded by who? The Israelis and the American government. So it's like a whole lot of proxy wars going on, but notice they only did the ceasefire with one group, and that's Hezbollah. But Hezbollah saying they still ready. And the Yemenis, I just was looking at something about them. They, all these little countries, all these people, they gaining confidence because America and the British have bombed the Yemenis, but they just still holding on. So right, and they retaliating by hitting they Navy vessels or ships or whatever coming through the Red Sea or the Aegean Sea. So you can't even stop them. So Iran really like, y'all can't even mess with our proxy armies. So how y'all gonna deal with us?
Right.
You can't control Hezbollah. Hamas still got them shook up in the strip, even though they killing innocent people. When they go against Hamas, Hamas is killing their soldiers. So their numbers are dwindling. And then you got Hezbollah, they can't make no advancements on the ground in southern Lebanon. So what they do, they get the bombing over in Syria. So everybody gonna come against them, man.
Yeah. And I seen a video on Twitter regarding, the Israeli soldiers that are fighting on the ground. And I'm not completely sure if this video was real or not, so take this with a grain of salt. But the video was basically saying like how the Israeli soldiers were scared and whatnot, and they feel like they fighting like Hezbollah ghosts and whatnot, because they keep on saying that they send all their men out to go like fight on the ground, and they just keep on getting killed, and they don't know where they getting shot from. So
like guerrilla war style over there, guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, they can't even identify who they fighting, but. Yeah, man. Them Israelis, they're gonna find out real soon.
Yeah, their time is up.
Yeah.
They getting exposed, man. Just like it read in Deuteronomy.
Actually, that's a good thing you brought that up, because it lead me into my first precept I had to pull up. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So all of these things are getting uncovered and whatnot. All of the things that Esau, Edom, America, Babylon the Great, the Israelis, the Ish people, all of that stuff is getting uncovered and is being brought to the light. And that's all biblical. It's all prophecy. It's other precepts that speak on that as well. Their tongues shall fall upon themselves, roughly paraphrasing. And as well as, the people will see their wickedness, and they will basically like run away and whatnot. But all of these countries are joining together because they see the influence that America, Babylon the Great, has had on the world, as well as the wicked things that they've done throughout America's history. Really, all America does is go over and pick on weaker countries, kill all they men, rape their women and whatnot, and then call that land theirs, or put sanctions on them, occupy their land. And like we said last week, Russia's doing exactly the same thing that America has been doing for hundreds of years.
Mirror. They gonna mirror everything.
Yet they're upset that Russia is doing it. That's why I call them hypocrites. Because how could you be mad at someone that's doing exactly the same thing that you've been getting away with for hundreds of years?
Mm-hmm. Remind me of Luke 8:17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Correct.
They getting exposed, man.
Yeah, so we can apply that to this. You can apply that to everyday life. Anything you do in your life, you think that nobody sees it, but the Lord. That's why I took my hoodie off. I started to sit and I was like, dang. But no, that's why you can apply that to everyday life though as well. The wicked things that you do in your life, and you think that you're getting away with it, or nothing, nobody's seeing that, But the Lord is always watching. The Lord sees these things. You may not think that, but the Lord sees it. And it speaks on that in the scriptures as well. I had to probably do some digging to you know what I'm saying, locate it or whatnot, because I haven't read that in a minute. But I remember just when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of like Beyond Scared Straight and whatnot. And you know, they have the prisoners and they'll come and talk to the kids, basically tell them to go down a different path. You don't want to be here in jail or prison and whatnot. And one of the quotes that the person said to me, or not to me, but the kids, one of the quotes that the person said, it really stuck with me. He said, you can get away 1,000 times, but it only takes one time. So you can get away with all of these wicked things. As much as you think you're getting away with it, it's going to catch up to you eventually. And in this sense, that would be judgment from the Lord. All of these things, these wicked things that you do, and that goes to everyone, as well as, you know what I'm saying, Babylon the Great, all of these things that they get away with, it's going to eventually catch up to them.
Yeah, nobody escaping judgment from the Lord.
Exactly.
He the Father Spirit.
No one can deliver out of his hand.
You heard? Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Let me know where I want to go there because.
Yeah, man. All of these things that go on in the world, what goes around comes around. It's going to come back on them harder than they ever expected. Like the brother said, man, all of these things we get taxed on, all of these different wicked things that Esau Edom does to its people as well as other people, is going to come back on them 1,000 times over.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 times over, man. It's going to be terrible. And that's really the basis of this lesson. It's talking about the times to come, the end time, how bad it's going to get out in these streets. Because I've been, you know what I'm saying, I've been watching some of these end time type of movies. And, you know, the average Jake will look at that and look at it as entertainment. And I was telling telling this brother that on the way here, I was watching Bird Box, and when I watched it originally, I wasn't looking at it in a spiritual sense, you know. But then when I rewatched it, I looked at it in a spiritual sense and put the pieces together. It was a point in the movie where everything was calm and everything was just going on like it was a normal day. And the sister of the main character said, "Turn the news on." She turned the news on, and there was a whole bunch of calamity going on in Russia and Europe. And then she was like, "Oh, that's overseas," and she cut the news off. And that's gonna be the spirit of a lot of people out here, because you're gonna see all these things that's going on in the world, but you think that it's not gonna come to America, because we've never seen nothing as catastrophic as these other countries have seen. So y'all gonna go into a spirit of slumber. Y'all gonna stay in that until it's too late. Because when she turned that news off, as soon as she went somewhere and she was getting ready to leave, all hell broke loose. Just like that. It was like the snap of a finger.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. So what was the last thing you said before I left out the room? We was talking about what? We just had said something about how the nation's getting woke up to the hypocrisy of America.
Oh yeah, how they seeing America for the BS places been and what all the
nobody ain't getting around judgment. The Lord see everything. He the Father Spirit. I just wanted to get this 32 and 39, Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. It's going to be evident. It's already being shown on the earth, but 2/3 of our nation, they refuse to believe that. He killed. The Most High Power kills and makes alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So right now, judgment, major judgment is upon them Edomites. And they ain't going to be able to get themselves out of this little situation that they in. They're going to have to pay for all their iniquities because they have reached the heavens, right? Verse 40, for I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies, and I reward them that hate me. Now we already know Psalms 83. You can start at 1, but go down to about 4 or 5. They're going to list the enemies of the Most High Power. And Edom is the number 1.
You want to get that?
Oh, yeah, you get that one.
Psalm 80, you said 89?
83.
83.
Psalm 83. Verse 42, I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, for the beginning of revenge is upon the enemy. Yeah. We in World War III, if y'all don't know that. It's just not on a grand scale, but it's going to reach over here.
Right, you're not seeing it on the everyday news, the big news channels, because they don't want to report that. They want to keep the people in a spirit of comfort over here.
Yeah.
Make it seem like it's not going to reach over here, but it will.
Yeah, we're going down to 43. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. Who is his people? The elect of the house of Israel. Because we all know judgment takes place with us daily.
Judgment takes place with the Lord's elect first. So what shall be the outcome of those who don't believe?
Yeah.
As it speaks of
First Peter?
First Peter chapter 4, I believe. Yep.
Let me get that exactly right.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. I'm trying to find I'm trying to find a scripture that was going back to brother about how the Lord brings forth his judgment daily.
Oh yeah, that's what's called. I'm trying to find it too. Ain't that spirit look good?
Yeah.
It's in Zechariah 7:9.
Because I swear I always think about it, but I never word that scripture correctly.
It was in 7:9. There it is. Zephaniah 3 and 5. You talking about that one?
It might be.
The just Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity.
Yep.
Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame.
Yep.
That's the 2/3, man. We just read in Deuteronomy 32:39 that the Lord is the one who wounds. He is the one who heals. He is the one who kills, and he is the one that makes alive. So if you know he wounds, how did he wound you? He gonna punish you through your flesh, through your body. So if he's stricken you with a disease, so if you got myself as an example, so nobody can say, oh, you took it on me. So if I have asthma and hypertension, the Lord stricken me with that. Right? He wounded me. And it's up to him to heal me. And like he told when Paul had that thorn in his side or whatever, that affliction, he said, my mercy is good enough. So I'm cool with that. I understand. Just hope he have mercy on me. Exactly. But if you got diabetes, what's the league? You know, we lead the league in all the
obesity, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, any kind of disease. It's read right there in Deuteronomy. He goes tricking us with diseases not mentioned in the book.
Whether it be sexually transmitted.
Yeah, sexually transmitted diseases.
Cancer.
Diseases from having bad dietary habits. It all come from the Lord.
Yeah.
Judgment.
And I have a precept to back you real quick. This is Proverbs 28:4, and the point being in 5. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, and forsake means to reject. But such as keep the law contend with them. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh understand all things. And that's the thing. A lot of these people out here, majority of these people out here don't understand judgment. Like the brother said, the Lord is the one who wounds and heals and kills and makes alive. But what do you hear 9 times out of 10 when something bad happens to someone in the J community? The end of the devil is a lie. That's all they say, because they think that the spiritual demon Satan is the one who is taking these people, but it's really the Lord. If you look at the definition of judgment, it has many different meanings. It can mean punishment. It can mean death. You know what I'm saying? The Lord could put you to sleep. All types of things. And like the brother said, he brings forth his judgment daily. That's why you've been seeing so much death in the news. All of these things. and it's gonna continue to multiply. It's not, like I said, man. Since 2020, nothing in the world has gotten better. If you look around, you can keep on living in denial, living in the spirit of slumber,
bubble or something. Y'all ain't saying what's
live
going
under
on.
a rock. If you open your eyes and just look, nothing in the world has gotten better since 2020. It's all been on a decline. Prices of food and things have went up. All of these different pestilences have increased, which we know that the pandemic was just a test. Salakia. But if you just look, all of these things have gotten worse, man. Everything has gotten more expensive. People are getting more depressed. All of these things. So you can't tell us we're not in the end times if you just look at the scriptures and line it up with the things that's going on in the world. Because it's not a coincidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They screaming, so everything heating up over there in the Middle East, which is actually Western Asia.
Yep. True.
I was about to get something.
This going back to the brother, this is Psalm 83, and the title is "The Most High implored to confound his enemies." This is verse 1, a song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They that have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. So let's go back to verse 4. It says, They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And I'm gonna connect that to something that me and the brother was just talking about before camp. We was talking about eugenics and how Gil Bates people was one of the main people who funded that. And if you don't know the history of eugenics or reproductive rights, that was all meant to delete Negro, natives, and Latino people. More so the Negroes. That was to kill us off as a people, as a nation. And as we just read, that all of those nations below try to cut our nation off as a remembrance. Everything that they've done has always been to try and cut us off, but the Lord never allowed them to delete us completely as a people. And it reads that, you know what I'm saying? The Lord never forsook his people, never forsaken his people. He never rejected us. He always, even all the bad, wicked things that we did as a people, the Lord still kept us as his children.
Yeah, what's that, Malachi? It's read that for everybody who think, like the modern day Christian,
the Lord said,
we reject his people, rejecting him, so he gave up salvation to anybody. Let me see.
Yeah, the Lord even said that he was roughly paraphrasing, because I might have to pull this up, that he was happy that he chose us as a people.
Malachi 3:6, for I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. They had to do a study on that, man. Out of all the atrocities we've been through all these captivities, and especially this last one, being slaves over here. How the fuck? We did everything possible to these people to destroy them. And they still in good spirits. What the fuck? That's what the researchers was trying to figure out. It's because we the Lord's chosen people, man. We held up through our punishment.
Yeah, here it is.
For breaking the covenant. Yeah, so we're going to see how the Edomites hold up when they get that continual employment. That slavery that's up next to them.
Continual employment. This is 1 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 22. For Yahweh will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased Yahweh to make you his people. See? And we're pleased to serve the Lord. Unlike the other niggas, I'm about to say, they love to go against the Lord. They don't realize in going against the Lord, you making your life harder than what it need to be.
You making yourself an enemy of the Lord. This
Exactly.
You don't get judged by the Creator. The Father of spirits. Why would you want to go against the Father of spirits like you're going to beat him?
Exactly.
You're going to be a rebel. I just was looking at this chick at the store. I done went to the store. And she was in there with a dude. And he said something to her, whispered to her. She just went off. Like, you can't tell me what to do. I don't like when people tell me what to do. So all I could think of was, the book, the Holy Scriptures is an instruction book.
Exactly.
The Lord telling us what to do with it. I guess, what he say, you stiff-necked people, they rebellious. You don't want to learn, that's on you.
Yeah, even me and the brother was speaking on that. We was like,
can't nobody tell her what to do.
The Lord put the laws in place for us to live life in a better, I'm not going to say easier, but a better way.
So that the other nations look at us and say, truly, that's a holy people.
Exactly. So they can look at us and be like, dang, them people is above us. But what do you have now? For instance, the Africans, they think they above us because they look at the average nigga and see the things that they do. But we as Israelites know that we above all these nations. We have to live accordingly, live that way, which is why, you know what I'm saying, when you come into this truth, it's a little bit harder. But back to my point though, me and the brother was talking about how women purposely made their life harder than it had to be through all of the things that they tried to gain, whether it be freedom of speech, the right to vote, the right to work, and all of these other things. When the Lord gave you instructions that will make your life easier than what you're trying to make it. Trying to go against the grain is making it worse for yourselves. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, just had there it is. It's like,
that's just all a part of the curses.
Yeah. And this for our nation and for these for the other nations that the Lord hates. The wicked. Let me go to this right quick. Psalms in the 75th chapter. I start the 4th verse. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn. That's what they've been doing, man. They full of pride, especially these Edomites. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the most high power is the judge, right? He putteth down one and setteth up another. And right now he bringing down these other wicked ass nations, mainly of the house of Edom. Esau, Edom first. Amalek, you the head tribe of the Edomites, so you're going to feel the wrath.
Yep, just like that.
You're going to be double.
Just like that Rothschild that just got burnt up in the house.
Yeah, let me jump down to 8 for the point, right? For in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of a mixture. And he poured out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. So if you in our nation, you an Israelite, Jake, you don't understand that we are the Israelites, you just want to continue to call yourself a black Christian, whatever. If you're doing wicked, you're going to drink of that cup. That final judgment cup too, that last one, it's going to be that fire. Them ICBM missiles going to get shot over here. In Russia already, they just, they warning their citizens now. Get your stuff together. We might have to be on the run. But over here in America, what they worried about?
Partying. Going out
the
to
next
the club.
Yeah, what they got going on in the NBA right now? Some kind of in-house cup play, some shit. Yeah.
College football, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, let's drop down to 10 right quick. All the horns, meaning the power structures of the wicked, also would I cut off. But the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. That's what I hope for the elect. That's what we're looking forward to, man.
Yep. Because
we going through like, what's that? Let's see what else happened.
And exalted means to be made high. So our power is going to get restored.
Yeah. something out. They got 100,000. The UN, they trying to be slick, but Russia already into the game. They saying they trying to send 100,000 troops in for peacemaking purposes into Ukraine. They trying to sneak in 100,000 troops so they can fight against them Russians. But them Russians gonna win, man. And you ain't getting around prophecy. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna go to the let me go to the Bible. I didn't get on it. What else been going on through the news? I'll try to pull this up.
Yeah. So Saudi Arabia ditched the U.S. Dollar, petrodollar. It was 165,000 pounds of contaminated beef that was recalled. And we've seen a common trend in the news, I say for the past month, maybe month and a half. A lot of this different food and whatnot has been getting contaminated. And water supplies, they've been recalling a large amount of food, saying that it's bad. People have been dying from it. I seen the other day that a little girl died from eating something, and she died from E. coli. So again, like the Lord said, sending pestilences upon the earth.
Oh, see, some chick gave their daughter, thought it was a pain pill, some fentanyl went.
Yep. It was just talking about this the other day.
And witchcraft, man. They keep trusting in Egypt.
Yep. It's true. Better to put your trust in the Lord than to put your trust in man.
Oh, dang. Let me go to the top first.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff has been getting contaminated. And them people that was affected by them floods is still getting affected by that too. We ain't forget about that. Them flesh eating bacteria they got down there. When something happens in America, they just brush it off and continue on.
Yeah, now the East Coast getting hit with a winter storm.
Yeah.
So let me see. This is the it's the good news version, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me read this out of the good news. Translation in the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra, 16th chapter, 19th verse. Famine, epidemics, troubles, and suffering are sent to punish and correct people. But in spite of all this, they will not turn away from their sins. They soon forget their punishment. That's us as a people. Just think about the so-called African Americans, Native Americans, and Latinos. You're seeing all these things take place on earth, right? You've seen the men of the Lord on the highways and byways since the late 60s going into the 70s, right? Telling us, our people, repent, turn back. Hey, our Lord and Savior, how my shot finna come back and get us and deliver us out of the hand of our enemies. I ain't got no enemies. I'm cool with everybody. But you hate your own brother. That's how you know we under the curses.
Right.
You'd rather defend them Edomites than you would your own brother.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, man. You love your, what they call it? You defend in love with your oppressor.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And we just read that. We just read it last week in camp.
Let me drop down. Look. Let me see.
Go ahead.
Oh, shall I? That's fine.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to skip 16:21 when they say food going to be cheap, but drop down to 22. Many people on earth will starve to death, and those who escape starvation will be killed in war. So right now, with these prophecies popping out, we in 2nd Ezra time of 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, 16th chapter. All these things are going. We can go see. Like Ezra said, we're going to save him in them days. Right? Because it started off 16:1. Babylonia, Asia, Egypt, and Syria, you are doomed. It's a book of lamentations and woes, baby. Put on your clothes of mourning, your sackcloth of goat's hair and goat's hair. Cry and wail for your children, because the time for your destruction is near. I am sending war on you, and no one can stop it. Verse 4, I'm sending a fire on you, and no one can put it out. I am sending disasters on you, and no one can stop them from coming. They just got hit East Coast just got hit with a storm. They got mudslides going on in Indonesia, killing people. Sudan, they starving and getting mudslides at the same time. Right? You got NATO and America continuing to try to escalate a war with them Russians. Now, the last camp we did, they had sent off 6 attackers, right? This week they sent off 10. And what was the response by Russia? They lit up Ukraine. They knocked out a gang of their infrastructure. Might have been in at least 10 different spots. So everything is heating up. Let's see. Let's go to 15.
Okay, here it is. So, where you at?
Go ahead.
So this is Genesis 27 and verse 40. Actually, yeah. And by the sword shalt thou live. Actually, let me get 39. And this is Isaac blessing both his sons. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, which is talking about Esau, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So right now they have the dominion over us. They rule over us, because we under the curses. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, meaning mine, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. When then will I slay my brother Jacob? So they've always had the evil and hatred eye towards us, but yeah, you still want to be friends with these people. I'm cool with everybody.
Yeah, in the Northern Kingdom, they really love that. They didn't really feel for that Catholic doctrine. Because they, for some reason, love them Edomites too. They finna realize when Trump get in office, though, Jacob's trouble. Because they gonna start rounding y'all asses up. And when that happens, it's gonna set off a chain of events.
They're not
So
gonna
you got concentration camps, what they gonna call them FEMA camps, or deportation camps, whatever they want to name it, man. Nothing new under the sun, man. They trying to displace people, control, and kill. Just have a reason to just eliminate us. Everything always go back to the fight from the beginning, like he just read in Genesis, man. It's an enmity between us. Jacob against Esau. But he don't know the Lord gonna put the spirit up on us. on the elect to go at Esau. Because they got, like you say, their weapon is the sword. So they got all kind of shit that they ain't even unleashed on us yet.
But in that day, if the Lord,
you gonna lift up a standard.
If we gotta end up fighting against them, the Lord gonna put a spirit on us, a strength that they ain't never seen before.
We're gonna be strong as King David, baby.
Yep. They gonna see something they ain't never seen before. Who are these niggas?
Yeah. They had I don't know if you ever seen this, but they had an account of back in the day, and it had to have been in the 60s. And it was in Africa too. There was a dude walking around healing people just like Yahushua did when he was on earth.
Yeah, the black
military.
story.
The military fucked them up. That's the kind of power they're gonna have. We got spiritual power hopefully we have spiritual power just like Yahushua Mashiach. And you see how he was getting down when he came back.
Yeah.
I don't think y'all understand, man, the gravity of what's going to take place in the very near future. Because now all of a sudden you got people who ain't even in the faith starting to say, oh, things starting to look bad. Yeah. It's written down that it's going to happen.
Yeah, but when we said something, though, like me and the brother like to joke, we was going off on the deep end. Because that's all our friends used to tell us, are you going off on the deep end? But yet them same people saying to us, man, I just seen a UFO, all of this stuff. And yep, they've been seeing more chariot sightings as well. They had about 4 or 5 of them that was over Washington, D.C. I believe that was probably last night or something like that. But yeah, like you were saying though, that story of the Black Jesus, they dismembered that whole dude, chopped his body up, and sent us to different places, and he still came back and formed back together. So
But you know, man, these Edomites don't have no clue, man. They feel they didn't. The Lord have removed wisdom from them.
Yeah.
The book of Obadiah.
He's gonna destroy all the wise men out of
Teman. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 2 Peter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. And we're seeing that right now. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. And that's the problem. See, these people think just because it didn't happen
in their lifetime.
Exactly.
That remind me of this in the Old Testament too. Yeah.
Just because it's not happening instantly, instantaneous, just because you want it to happen right then and now, the Lord don't work on your timing, man. The Lord has a perfect place, time, set, all of that stuff. That this stuff is gonna go down. That nobody knows about. Not even his only begotten son. Not even the angels. Nobody knows when that's gonna happen. All we doing is using the signs from the heavens that the Lord instructed us to do to put things together and say, oh, we are in the end times.
Yep. If you can't tell this in end times, hey.
Yeah, if you falling for that okie doke, Donald Trump saying he's gonna come in that he's gonna come into office and fix things just like that, then
what did he fix last time he was in office?
Yeah, you deserve to get put down. At that point, if
you
falling
still
for
trusting in this system, man, and you see the hypocrisy of this world. I mean, this country, Babylon the Great, aka America, and this on the world stage, everybody hate this damn place. All around the world, they realizing that's Satan. That's Satan the Great. That's why the people from Iran call it Satan. Every time you see them over there protesting. So now you got another thing that happened this week. Sedition among men. You can get that because the people in Georgia, they over there protesting heavily, right? Because because the West trying to manipulate their elections. In Georgia, they finna get them people from Georgia. They finna get right back with them Russians.
In verse 5, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High Power the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. So 1,000 years to us is like a day to the Lord. So like I was saying, the Lord don't work on our timing. Mm-hmm. The Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So
that's our nation to come to repentance, because he will not at all acquit the wicked.
Yeah, the things that they've done is not gonna be forgiven. But hey, like I say, man, I look at my skin sometimes. I'd be thankful I'm not no Edomite, because it's gonna be a terrible downfall for them. You can't even wrap your head around how bad it's gonna get for them. Just be thankful. Be thankful you an Israelite, boy, because that's the only way you're gonna be all right in the kingdom. I'm gonna just say that for the ones that's wicked, because the ones that got a pierce on this side and come back through the hopeful elect, y'all gonna be all right in the kingdom. But the ones that's not Israelites, you're gonna be working endlessly.
Let me get this to back you up on Nahum 1 and 2. The Most High Power is jealous, and Yahweh revengeth. Yahweh revengeth and is furious. Yahweh will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Yahweh hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. So all the tempests and storms, we got snow. It snowed today in St. Louis, but it's a storm on the East Coast. You have floods going on in Great Britain the last couple of weeks. Indonesia, all around the world, man. It's all kind of storms, floods, earthquakes, volcanoes erupting. He punishing the wicked. The wicked finna get they just due.
Yep. And it reads, this is scripture back to brother of Zechariah 12:8, and the point being in 9, in that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of Yahweh before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And we just read what them nations was in Psalm 83. And you think all the wickedness that these nations have done unto us, unto other people, you got bodies, dead bodies laying in the street right now. We looking at literally, and you don't think these people just gonna get this, do this stuff, and then not be, you know what I'm saying, no type of punishment or repercussion gonna come upon them.
See, you just said it. That's how they think. It's in Psalms. They think they don't get it. They ain't in trouble as other men, but they think the Lord don't see them. They tripping.
Like he said, the Lord is slow to anger.
Yeah, he the Father of spirits, man.
Even when I was just reading Exodus, how the Lord kept on telling Moses and Aaron to go and tell Pharaoh to let his people go and worship him in the wilderness. He kept on hardening Pharaoh's heart. He kept on hardening Pharaoh's heart. Kept on doing it. And then finally, he just ended up sending that last plague on him. And Pharaoh found out the true power of Yahweh Shem Shai. And then he realized, he realized I shouldn't have fucked with these people. That's how it's gonna be. If people keep on adding on, all you doing is piling up more and more debt on your life receipt. That's all you're doing. You're making it worse for yourself. Yep. That goes for the wicked. Esau, Edom, that goes for the scoffers that scoff at the prophets, at the apostles and the elders. It goes for all you people. So keep on keep on doing what you're doing.
Come on, so let's start with something from that. Something outside the Psalms. What you just said. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go to Psalm 73. I started at 1. Truly the Most High power is good to Israel, even indeed to such as are of a clean heart. Well, this David talking. Psalm Asaph, Shalak is Asaph talking. Say, verse 3, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So right now, you see all these Edomites, they running things around the world. Like you say, you seen the one Rothschild, he just died. He got burnt up in his own house. And his neighbors was boasting all the stuff he had. He had this many cars. He had Michael Jordan, old car, whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
I get reason, man. Riches will not profit you in the day of wrath.
So, let's go down to
It
5.
shit don't mean nothing.
73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Meaning these Edomites, mainly out of the house of Amalek. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. They said it's a ceasefire with Hezbollah. Not even a day later, they right back shooting at their ass.
Exactly.
And while they were talking about the ceasefire at Hezbollah, they still was bombing the people over the Gaza Strip. Right? And then they used their little proxy terrorists to start going at them people in Syria. Right? Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than a heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Like they still ain't acknowledged. They just came out and said the French government, because the French in trouble too. We're going to talk about y'all last too. Edomites and France. They in trouble too, because the people in Chad just told them to get up out of their land. Senegal too. And now all of a sudden, the French government going to come out and say, we acknowledge a atrocity that the French army did in the 1940s or some shit over in Africa when they killed a gang of African soldiers. Yeah, whatever.
Sedition of men.
Hold on.
They don't.
Hold on, let me just finish right quick. Salak 73 and 11. And they say, how doeth the Most High power know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? But behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Yeah. It's some Edomites. They think the Lord don't know. He know everything. How do we know when there's that knowledge? Yeah. We finna get rid of y'all. Noel Haraba. Go talk about some, we don't need God no more. Or some shit like that. We don't believe in God.
Who said that?
Noel Haraba, the little fat, the little fairy dude that's down with the WEF. Carl Schwab, the little dude. He the one that they getting a lot of instruction from them thinking they gonna eliminate people. All this is, look at it. Damn, they over in Georgia going at it with the folks. Sedition among men.
Yep.
Well, anyway, Noel Harara, he came out and said that they gonna start getting rid of people because all of a sudden now Esau think they smart. They trying to merge man with machine. They think they're just gonna use robots to take over for everyday people. They say, y'all, we useless. They gonna get rid of us. Yeah, okay. We finna find out. That ain't gonna work. The Lord, he know your plans. And right when they finna sit down for the enterprise, and I get reading the book of Job, finna get rid of y'all ass.
Destroy the devices of the crafty.
Yeah. Y'all finna go into, we got to pay, man. I ain't even want to bring that up. It's gonna be a surprise for y'all, monkey ass. Slavery. That's what y'all gonna get, since y'all don't like, since y'all think y'all get to walk around on earth for over thousands of years, man. Just fucking people up. Treating them any kind of way. And when something happened to y'all, what they do? Oh, they the biggest victims on earth.
Yeah. They pull out that.
Trump nominates FBI director. Go ahead.
They pull out a mega victim card.
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. So he had to
that victim card ceased to fail for them. I recall reading an article talking about how it was a group of Israelis that was facing anti-Semitic attack. This is like last month. It happened somewhere in Europe, I believe. But they was talking like a mass shooting had happened. It's like a massacre happened upon these people. And all that happened was that these niggas got their ass whooped.
Oh, you talking about at the was it in Amsterdam or something, a soccer match?
Yeah.
But then we came to find out that they wasn't the Israelis wasn't getting attacked. They was attacking other people.
Exactly.
So they was the aggressor, right? And then they tried to come down, I think it might have been to France or Germany with the same shit, and they got their ass ran off.
Yeah, they talking about they started using terms that I had never heard of that was talking about like different Israeli events that happened in the past, like for instance, like the Holocaust, but it wasn't the Holocaust, there was some other stuff. And I was looking into the definition of it, it was talking about a group of Israelis or is people that got massacred and stuff like that, when nobody even got killed in that whole thing. And they just blowing this whole thing out of proportion. Like something just terribly happened.
Yeah, they running out of lives, man.
You want people to have sympathy for you.
Obadiah 1 is in full effect. Edom will be humble. The Lord finna humble all the proud. And if you don't know, you can just go by their leader, their new leader. That was already a leader, their ex-leader. But Trump, he full of pride. Right? With their pride come before destruction.
Yep. Boast not of today, because thou knowest not what tomorrow may bring. A lot can happen in a day. A lot. You seen what happened in 911, and I wasn't even born then. So
yeah, that was all a sham. That was fake.
Exactly. But let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 15, and the point being in 16. Actually, we can start at 14. Woe to the world, meaning destruction, and them that dwell therein. Did you bring this out already? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's 15?
Yeah.
I think I was in 16.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, which means near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. The modern day sword is weapons, is guns. For there shall be sedition among men, meaning revolt, revolution. And like the brother just said, what happened with them Africans over there? They revolted.
Man, look at that India getting hit with a cyclone. I'm telling you, man, you look at this news, and I be looking at, man, this shit, there be something going on every day.
Yeah. So, like the brother was saying, them Africans coming up against the French or whatnot.
Spain floods. Look at it. Angry residents mark 1 month since the disaster. These citizens starting to find out that the governments ain't for them.
Yeah.
They found out these NGOs is taking over their country. Non-government organizations.
And by the time the common civilian person understands that or realizes that, it's going to be too late. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So these people are going to start trying to overthrow the government. Is basically what that's saying.
Mm-hmm.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to.
So hold up. The example right now is, as he just said, the sedition among men. You got, like I said, you got people over in Georgia rioting. They just showed it. Next time they come back up, we'll let you see.
Yeah.
Right? They got people protesting in Canada. There's people protesting worldwide. They just said over here in this little country of unwalled villages, y'all securing y'all own little world. It's like y'all, like the, what's it? I'm roughly paraphrasing. When they say about a mother who don't take care of their kids, they got their head in the ground like an ostrich.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we doing.
Yeah, so like I said, with my example with Bird Box, the woman seen that it wasn't happening in the U.S., and what she do? She turned the TV off. If it don't have nothing to do with the American people, they don't care.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen to us.
As long as it don't affect their vacation time or social media time, they banning some stuff going on in Africa. I just seen about them trying to, now it's Indonesia. Australia is banning access, I guess, to TikTok and social media platforms for all their teenagers under 15 to 16 or some shit.
Yeah, Australia already got the Internet of Things going.
Yeah, which ain't nothing but a group of, how they get over there? Look at the history of Australia. They gonna pay for that too.
It's a whole thing. They gotta use identification to get into their web browsers and all that stuff. And that's just like an Easter egg for the MOTB being implemented. Control.
What did you start at on 15? What did you start at? Cause
15, and I just read 17.
Which one you started though?
Second Esdras. 15.
And 15? Oh.
15 and 14.
We could have started up at the top.
Oh yeah, you can read that too. This is 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. So what I thought you was about to say was the fact that all these immigrants have been coming over here, some of them illegal, then some of them have been shipped over here, and we know what their purpose is for martial law, troops and whatnot. Like the brother said, they have immigrants coming from the southern border, but they also have some coming from the northern border. Yeah. But they ain't gonna tell you that because they Esau Edom. They look like them, so they ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, ship them people back. But like we just read, a man shall desire to go into a city and will not be able to. So
and what cause that?
Exactly. So if Donald Trump say, let's just do 1 + 1 = 2 math. If Donald Trump say that he's trying to deport all of these illegal immigrants and send them back to their countries, and like the brother told me before camp, what'd you say what happened when 9/11 happened?
They shut down airports. You couldn't fly. So they got a no-fly zone. Just say, with the escalation of things that's going on between the U.S., NATO, and Ukraine against Russia, he sent out one of them Orishniks over here. He got that Orishnik, baby. It ain't no nuclear weapon, but that joint hit like a meteor, he said. It turned everything to dust. So let's just say, or they use it read in Jeremiah 49 and 50, or 50 and 51. He using all these immigrants it's Fantas, it's foreigners, they're gonna start blowing up shit over here. They can cause us not to be able to travel, right?
Like also,
Because on 9/11, after 9/11, they say, hey, there's no airspace. Because if you trip off of it, whenever they do some bombings over there right now between Iran and let's say them Israelis, they notified neighboring countries that this airspace would not be allowed, right? So if something get blew up over here major, they gonna shut down the airspace again. So everybody who got plans on, I'm finna be going this place and that place, don't. Like the Lord say, man, think not of what you're gonna make day to day. Think day to day. Don't have no 5-year plan, 10-year plan, because the shit is not gonna happen. It ain't come to fruition now.
Yeah, like I just quoted Proverbs 27:1. Boast not of today, because thou knowest not what a day may bring.
Yep.
You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Could be an earthquake. We sit on the New Mexico fault line. If that joint go off, travel between, like, let's just say Missouri, Tennessee, Illinois, Arkansas, that's gonna be affected. If Yellowstone, them underground volcanoes erupt on the West Coast, it's gonna bring calamity and it's gonna fuck up travel.
Yep.
Everything finna be bad. It's
Even
gonna
with
get worse and worse from now on.
Even with the floods, they had limited travel because a lot of they bypasses and their highways is getting destroyed. I seen a whole bypass get destroyed by that flood, so nobody could travel. But even with that, you have the fact that there's gonna be checkpoints.
Yep, infrastructure. Yeah, especially if they try to do that mass deportation, they gonna have to set up checkpoints. How you gonna find all these people thinking ICE? ICE ain't that damn big.
Exactly. Yep.
But let's go back to the top of second address.
Let me read these two.
I'll go ahead.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A lot of these so-called men, these tough guys that y'all like, as it read, bodily exercise profiteth not, profiteth little. A lot of these manly men, they gonna turn into some little girls. They gonna become sissified. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Mm-hmm. All right, they're gonna be getting ravished. I'm just gonna go up to the top of second Ezra 15 because all these things finna start taking place. I started 2. I started 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, the Israelites, words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So we ain't got to be worried about nobody don't believe our message that we got from the Lord to send to y'all.
Yeah, that's speaking.
If y'all don't believe us, don't worry about it. This is my new thing. We finna find out. Right? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Is that not here right now? For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth out unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Now, where do we see that at? In Revelation, right?
Yep, we ready to get up out of this place. Like Elder Apostle Gabar said, man. We're in a spirit of depression a little bit. We kind of sad because we ready for our, you know what I'm saying, for Yahweh Shah to come and deliver us from this wicked ass world. Everything we do and the life we lead is concerning the truth. And we ready for, you know what I'm saying, this place to get destroyed.
Mm-hmm. And as I just read, man, all these things are on the earth right now. You don't see it because you ain't witnessing destruction in your neighborhood.
Right, just because you didn't see it.
Just look, turn on TV, man, and look on at the world news to see what's popping off. Man, everything going down around the world. Just preserve. He preserving this land for last. For all the chaos and calamity and atrocities that's finna hit. Prepare yourself, Israel.
Yeah. Like my people say, I don't watch the news. That's all
yeah.
they say.
Yeah.
That's not something I would
How you
brag
proud
about.
about not being updated on what's going on?
Exactly.
You stuck in your own little world.
You want to live in a spirit of slumber.
Man, you ever seen how these people live in their own little world? Like they just concerned about them and their family or whatever. Just like you got the world of sports. They'll say that. The world of sports. The world of entertainment. But yet when you read John 3:16, they say, for God so loved the world, you only apply that to the whole world. You can't see he talking about an arrangement he made with the Israelites. No, it's a whole nah, yeah, okay. Don't worry, we finna find out.
You might as well go ahead and read 9 to 13.
All right. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will suffer them, Salaki, I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Because all our people doing, the majority, 2/3, they're still trying to assimilate themselves in with this system. They love it. From those who still mad that Kamala Harris won the new president, and to those who happy that Trump the new president. What you involving yourself in these politics for? When we should be praying to get up out of here.
Correct. These people don't care about you.
Yeah, y'all finna realize it though. Y'all getting led to the slaughter. You gonna continue to trust in Egypt?
You put your strength in men.
Yeah. Now the Egyptians are men and not gods, as it is written. They got new Pfizer commercials out. They still super you dumb motherfuckers up to go get that damn jab, and y'all still falling for it. And wonder why people dropping dead. This mug still dying.
I feel like I can't remember things now.
Yeah,
somebody told me. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know.
No, you ain't that motherfucker. Hold on.
Exactly.
Let's go down to 11.
You shouldn't be forgetting daily things.
Yeah, because if y'all still, they sleep. Like you said, they been blinded, man. They in a slumber. They finna die. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High Power shall bring upon it. Yeah.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting of hail and with a fearful consolation. And like I was just saying, man, all of them plagues that the Lord was bringing on Egypt. And what did Pharaoh keep on saying? He kept on
hardening his heart.
Yep, he kept on hardening his heart, making them stubborn, making them hard-headed. He kept on increasing the plagues and whatnot. And what did Pharaoh do? He kept on bringing out magicians, all of the quote-unquote wise men of Egypt, the Lord, and they kept on, what is the word I want to use? Emulating the same things that the Lord was doing. And making it seem like, oh, what he doing ain't that bad. Until he started only doing it to the Egyptians, and the Israelites wasn't suffering it from it. So the Lord's gonna start doing stuff like that over here, as his brother just read. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with the plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. He gonna start smiting this place with plagues, the virgin Babylon, right? And it's gonna affect these people. But as it reads, man, the hopeful elect, we're gonna be hidden in the day of the Lord's wrath. Lord willing, we be of that number. We're going to be hidden. He's going to have a protective hedge around us. Whether we be in Jacob's trouble, the Lord's going to have our back and look out for us, man. As it reads. Let me get it real quick. This is Zephaniah 2 and verse 3. Seek ye Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth. which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid of the day, in the day of Yahweh's anger. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to seek righteousness so we can be hidden in the day of the Lord's wrath. Yep.
Yeah, so what's happening in the news this week? Let's see. Besides your average everyday Jakes getting took out by each other.
Yep. Final destination deaths.
Yeah. A mother said, you say, the father said, hate the son. The mother said, hate the daughter. Yep. The love of many continues to wax cold.
An Israeli rabbi was killed in UAE. Benjamin Netanyahu has made it his mission to get revenge from that. Yet the Israelis went on a continual streak
of assassinating people in other lands.
Yeah, exactly. Deleting all the Hezbollah leaders, but one of the rabbis get killed in this. It's all hell. Yeah, man.
Yeah. When Trump get in the office, man, they ain't gonna do nothing but NATO finna get dissolved. They gonna all come out. Like Obadiah. We could read the whole. There ain't number one chapter. We could read the whole Obadiah. But I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna read 7. All Obadiah 1-7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? All these countries for turn on you. Like he said, Saudi Arabia just dropped the petrodollar. That's probably the biggest ally over in the so-called Middle East, which is Western Asia. Yeah, right? And them Saudis is a hot mixture of Edomites that's over there in they ruling government. But that ain't gonna save y'all ass. The French are already trying to turn on America with NATO, saying, hey, we need to stop depending on them so much. But the French, y'all got other problems. Them boys in the Sahel region, like I've been saying, from Burkina Faso, Senegal, Niger, Mali, not Chad joining in with them. Edomites worldwide. Y'all in trouble. 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So,
forever is forever.
So, as an Israelite, right, we trying to be part of hopefully elect. 2/3 who have no understanding and think they can make a Bilderberg God. My God, we wouldn't. My God wouldn't. I want him to love everyone on earth, even though you see as evidence the nations don't love each other. Because these Edomites, they don't give a fuck who they kill.
They don't care
right?
about their own
They don't
people.
care about their own self, right? So for all this though is for the controversy of Zion. For us to get the kingdom, this is what we have to go through. This is a condition of the battle. Let's mention this second entry. Right? This would be a glorious thing for us to see this downfall of this kingdom. We got a power that's fighting for us. It ain't fucking Malcolm X back in the day, goddamn Martin Luther King telling y'all we need to march. Everybody want to be nonviolent. Don't worry about it. We serve the Lord of hosts, which means the Lord of armies.
Lord of war.
The Lord of war. Right? Sabaoth. So all you gotta do is just keep back, man. All we gotta do is keep speaking, chanting down this kingdom, and we're gonna see a wondrous work. But this is for the controversy of Zion. So us as a people should be excited. But they not. They still worried about what's gonna happen to Donald Trump.
Yeah, all of these
Kamala Harris, that's 2/3, man.
All of these 2/3 are in the
Gonna experience death by pain if y'all don't wake up.
Yeah, these people, when these type of things happen in the world, or these different things, Jake gets really scared. But we get happy when these type of calamities happen because we know that we at the end. We ready to get up out of here. Ready for this kingdom to fall. It's on its last legs. And we see it. The Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna make his righteous return and free his people. Yeah. And also, while doing that, bring judgment upon our enemies.
And us.
Yeah. And us.
Each man shall be judged according to his works. You can't get around that. So see, that's in with Revelation and in Ecclesiastes.
Yep. So for all you people who live a YOLO lifestyle are gonna get a rude awakening. Well, y'all realize all of that stuff that y'all did in y'all life actually meant something.
Yeah, we knew that back in the day. We was conscious of that. That's when we knew who we was. You only live once. Shit, that's a lie.
Another thing, NATO warns its leaders to prepare for nuclear war. We already spoke about the Israeli ceasefire. The Russians send Yemenis mercenaries to fight in Ukraine.
And they giving their ass good weapons too. They been supplying them Yemenis with some weapons. Them Houthis been shooting some rockets, boys. Some ballistic missiles over at them ships in the Red Sea. Go ahead.
Yep. And then, like I said, there's some chariot sightings in over DC the other night, and you know the elected officials, they try to downplay it, say it's like reflective lights and whatnot. There wasn't no UFO. When the dude who recorded the video was a part of the Air Force and said he had never seen nothing like it. He said it definitely wasn't no. He said it definitely wasn't no drone, and it definitely wasn't a meteor or anything like that. Not no type of air carrier or aircraft that he had ever seen. So they always try to sweep these things under the rug like it's not a big deal.
Yeah. What it was, he just seen what Zechariah saw. Zechariah 5:1. Mm-hmm. He said, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Right? Now, during these times, he described it as a flying roll because that's all he have in his vocabulary. But if you, in modern day times, can't tell, he talk about so-called with these Edomites name a UFO, that means you misled. And they know it too, because it's spoke about throughout the scriptures. So you can't actually call it a UFO. You're supposed to be saying, "House of Chariot of the Most High Power." It's what the angels ride in.
Yeah, it's not a...
Them Edomites know that. And how your average weak-ass preacher don't know that? He's supposed to be skilled in reading the Bible.
Yeah, but don't even know what the MOTB is. Don't know the simple things.
It is. You don't know the more coming. Yeah, okay. You see, did we talk about what's called last week? Did he get froze up last week or this week?
Oh, TD Snakes?
He got froze last week.
Oh, this was last week, I think.
That wasn't nothing but I done seen a couple people have strokes. You probably might have been faking on that one, nigga. You trying to get out of trouble.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. His name probably was faking.
Yeah, his name probably came up with some more controversy on the wicked side.
Yeah.
But yet, if he get in trouble, whatever wickedness he didn't did, the people that follow him gonna give him a pass, right? Because they all wicked. They treat good for evil and evil for good. That's our people to a T.
Yep. Free that man. Free him. This nigga just killed 3 people and set a house on fire. You want this nigga to have justice.
This is how you know it's us. We the Israelites, man. We the people that's spoken of in the book. They did the same thing when your house on earth. Free Barabbas. Same thing y'all niggas do now, walking around with free what's called t-shirts on. Like he just said. Wicked as a motherfucker. They treat good for evil and evil for good.
Yep. If these people actually abided by the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, and these people got actually put to death for the things that they did, then you probably see a decrease of the wickedness in the world. But instead, what do? They get sent to prison and jail to go sit down
and learn some more shit
and learn more wickedness. Whether
it be better than ever.
Yeah, whether it be sodomy, all types of things. So That's why this place is gonna utterly be destroyed and fall like all the other kingdoms before it. They thought they outsmarted all these other kingdoms because they had the knowledge of and became the greatest kingdom. But you also fall too.
There's no new thing under the sun. They acting just like how the Romans act.
Yep.
You got anything else?
Let me see. I'm gonna bring up Daniel 12:1 real quick.
Oh yeah. I gotta go through the book of Daniel too.
The time of the end. This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, which Michael is the archangel, right below Yahweh Shah, I believe, right?
He's a captain. I know you.
I believe he's right under Yahweh Shah. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So who are those people that are written in the book? It's talking about the hopeful elect, the 144,000.
Along with the other 1/3.
Yep, the innumerable multitude. And it's going to be a time of trouble, like he said, which was never seen of a nation on the earth. Go back to all the nations, all of the types of captivities we've been through, all of the afflictions that we suffered.
He said Jeremiah 30. Jacob's trouble, baby.
Yep. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So some of the spirits that are in the spiritual realm right now, the ones who passed away, whether it be, for instance, let's say Abu Bivens, King Masha, High Priest Yaquab, you know what I'm saying? Elders like that who was in this truth and laboring for years, they gonna come back, as well as them as well as spirits or people that was on the earth who did exceeding amounts of wickedness are gonna get brought back for the day of Yahweh Shem Shai. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, like I said. It's gonna be the hopeful elect. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And we're seeing knowledge being increased every day, whether it be through technology, like the brother said, these people are trying to make cyborgs.
Yeah.
They trying
Merge
to fuse.
man with machine.
Yep.
And they look, they're gonna try to go with AI, artificial intelligence. You'd rather go with some shit that you made up, artificial intelligence, instead of going with the word of the Most High Power. We finna find out how that work out for y'all too.
Then our Daniel looked up, and behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which is upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swore by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the people of the holy,
The power
of the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. So our people have been scattered. And like I said, no one knows the time, place, or date when a man asked Yahweh Shai. But he gave him signs to be able to navigate when the end times will come.
to discern the times. Yeah.
Exactly.
And when you go to the end of that, the last verse, what he tell Daniel? But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. To let you know that Daniel back on earth right now in a new body, doing the same lot, being a prophet of the Lord, a messenger of the Lord.
Yep. Many shall be made pure and white, purified and made white, and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And that's what's happening right now. These 2/3, they don't understand what's going on right now. But the prophets of the Lord, the hopeful elect, understandeth all things.
Is he nominated for look at this record lake effect, snow pummels Great Lakes, drops 40 inches of snow amid Arctic blast. Buffalo, paralyzing amounts of snowfall smothering towns along the eastern shores of the Great Lakes as a record-setting lake effect snowstorms continue to blast the region, prompting major road closures and travel bans. Look at that there.
And Buffalo, known upstate New York, known to get inches of snow.
Totals have exceeded 40 inches already in parts of Pennsylvania, Erie County, and high elevations of New York. Well, it's the Lord doing this thing. Yeah. Finna have y'all freezing up for a minute up there. Hopefully the brothers up there all right. Trump 100%. Look at this. That's what I'm saying. He puffed at his enemies. Trump threatens 100% tariff on BRICS countries if they abandon the U.S. dollar. They already dumping the dollar, fool. Yeah, man. This ain't no more wisdom in Tina, man. The Lord have took the wisdom out of the Edomite.
I forgot to talk about that, how they put them tariffs on Mexico and stuff.
Let me see. The president-elect wrote...
That's just he said they said they were going to do that, though, as a way to reduce taxes on Americans.
Nice.
Was really he just trying to get tax cut for his rich friends and donors and whatnot.
Remember, was that Lindsey Graham? One of them politicians came out and said they gonna put taxes on everybody who wasn't going with their policy about what's going on in Ukraine or Israel. Dang, this dude ain't got too much sense. He said if he gonna, Trump wrote, we require a commitment from these countries that they will neither create a new BRICS currency nor back any other currency to replace the mighty U.S. dollar, or they will face 100% tariffs and should expect to say goodbye to selling into the wonderful U.S. economy. You're gonna make the people that's here addicted to them goods mad. Y'all don't want to outsource all y'all fucking companies.
Exactly. Would everything be made?
No, they said they can go find another sucker. There is no chance that the BRICS will replace the U.S. dollar in international trade, and any country that tries should wave it back to America, the president added. The BRICS alliance, they don't got to trade with y'all no more, fool. They got enough trade amongst themselves to keep their economies afloat. Now, what y'all gonna do? Since y'all, this country is a country that all they do is buy. This is a consumer country.
Goods. All they do is get goods from other countries.
Yeah, they import
everything
goods.
made from China, Pakistan, Mexico, all of these things.
So yeah,
and you making threats that you can't back.
Yeah, we
like
finna
you got
find
some
out.
type of super military power or something.
Yeah, we
like
finna find out.
Like this place got excellent defense purposes or something.
Capabilities. They ain't got
exactly, man.
Yeah, y'all in trouble.
Yeah. Did you have any other precepts you gonna pull up?
No, okay.
I got one last precept I'm gonna get real quick before we end it off, man. This is Isaiah 33:5, and the point being in 6. Yahweh is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So, wisdom and knowledge is gonna be the stability of our times, man. Especially concerning the hopeful elect. Because the ones that comes from fear of the Lord. That's why I said the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So all these other people who forsaken the Lord, the non-believers, the unbelieving, all of them people, they gonna die in their unbelief, man.
And they gonna death by pain.
Yep, and they gonna keep on bugging out and losing their marbles as more and more stuff gets worse in this world. But the wisdom and knowledge is gonna keep us stable throughout all of these troubles that's coming upon this place. So, with that being said, Lord willing, the camp lesson was edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shah Ba'Shem Kakodash. We're gonna end it off. I turn to the east. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem Kakodash. We'll bless and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone once again who taught us this truth through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Until next time, we say Shalom, Israel. Shalom.